expected cash flows. The holidays are coming up. Cash flow is important. Maybe some of you have a relative that might give you a gift every year, you know, an old aunt or, you know, an uncle that lives somewhere far away. And, you know, depending on how you were that year, the check may vary. So maybe in 2015, sent you $150, but then you forgot to send a thank you note. And so the next time they only sent you 50. And so then maybe you'd made up for it, you sent them a nice long letter, you told them all kinds of stuff, and 200. So what you're trying to figure out is, what's the probability of my gift for this year? I know this sounds real mercenary, but you know, it'll make the point. Okay, so it can attach probabilities. You say, this is what happened this year, and this year. So what's the probability of each? You say, well, you know, how have I been doing this year? The probability of me getting 200 again, it might be like 20%. You know, I don't think I wrote that nice a thank you note, or, you know, whatever. Probably I'm closer to this, 55% here maybe, and then 25% that I get that amount. So what you do is you get the amounts, and then you multiply them across by the expected, you know, probability, and then you can get your expected cash flow. So 20% times 200 would give you 40, 28, and 38, and so your most likely gift would be 105. Okay, so if you're applying that to various business things, if you look at exercise 620, they simply just give you the sort of the estimated cash flows and then the probabilities. And so you can kind of see how that works. I'll just do number one, where they estimate 4,800, 6,300, and 7,500. This could be something like, what's it going to cost? What are our repair and maintenance expenses going to be for the coming year? These are the three possibilities. It could be as low as this, or as high as that, or it could be that. And so then you attach a probability to each one. 20%, it'll be this amount. Most likely it'll be 6,300, but it also might be this amount. Then you can simply multiply across, and you get your expected cash flows of 960, 3150, and 2250. You add them up, and your most likely estimate would be 6360. All right? So I'd leave you to work through the rest of those. They give you exercise 621. Okay, so this is EX 621. And this one, this person needs to determine how much money he needs to set aside so he'll have enough money in 2 years to overhaul the engine of a vintage car. So he comes up with a bunch of various estimates of how much it's going to cost to overhaul the engine. So it could be 200, it could be 450, it could be 600, or it could be as much as 750. Attach the probability to each one, 10% chance of that, 30% chance of this one, 50% chance here, and 10% chance here. So he's going to go across, and you get the estimated cash on this. So this would be 20, 135, 300, and 75. So this would be the best estimate. But then it's like, how much money should he deposit today? And this is the next question. He wants to overhaul the car in 2 years. How much should he deposit today to have that set aside? So in this case, you would be looking for the present value of a single sum. That gets you to the first table. N equals 2. And then the I think they give you as 6%. And so you would simply say, you'd get the factor, and the factor ends up being 0.89. So times that 530 would tell you how much you need to deposit today, which is $471.70. Whoops, I think I could have just rounded that. $471.70. to have the appropriate amount saved up when he needs it. So that's your basic expected cash flows. You come up with a bunch of estimated amounts, attach a probability to each one, multiply across to get the expected cash flows for each, and then add them up, and that would be your most expected cash flow. If they're saying, how much do you need now to have this amount at a future date, then you discount it back to the present value using our single sums and or using our tables and everything, and that gives you how much you would need today. So you could work through, if you want, exercise 622, and that would just give you a little bit more practice on this.